So welcome everyone. There's no one that's good morning, especially as everyone on the call except Layla is on the African continent. So good morning, to Layla and hello to everyone else.
Good morning.
And welcome to this information session on WISE. WISE Nigeria and WISE Rwanda, and we're very honored to have Layla with us from WISE Global, and I'm going to introduce her a little bit more later, but we just want to really get started, jump straight into it, to ensure that we are within our time. So, people on the call, there's most I know, some I do not know, so really excited that you're with us. And as I said, this is the introductory session. Ah, yes, before I do forget, for those celebrating Eid Mubarak, and thank you for making the time. I know it's a holiday everywhere, actually. Um, so thank you for making the time to be here with us today. Uh, we are going straight into agenda. So, what we're going to do today, as for those of us who are familiar with our calls, we will start with an introduction and locking that pin. I'll explain what that means, and then a short welcome address. Fortunately, I won't have to say too much. And then we're going to have an overview of WISE from Layla. We will listen and engage in Q&A, any questions, try and provide answers, share comments, and show how we want to ideate because we know we won't be able to do that fully on this call, but there's a space you can go to and you can drop in your ideas about what we will do, and what we should do actually is wise. And then we will have a smile for a photo, and then we'll share any last announcements. We'll share membership links and have a closing. So that's essentially what we are doing today. So, in terms of the introductions, what I would like you to do, some have already done it, so that's great. Um, if you could just drop in the chat, um, who you are, just your name, your country. We want to know where you are joining us from. If you could just do that and drop it in the chat, that would be great. And Jones went ahead and did it. So we have Michael Jones from Nigeria. Layla from Washington, D.C. Who else is here? Yes, Jones. All right. Good, good, good. Tata from Cameroon. Naomi is from Nigeria. Uche is from Nigeria. You're proving the statistics right, Nigerians, right? For every 1 out of 4, we're here. Yes, Rose from Rwanda. Currently in Rwanda. Okay, Angela from Nigeria, Felicity from Nigeria as well. Let me see who else I have here. I believe everyone except Adamu. We haven't heard from Adamu. And we know that other colleagues will be joining us as we go along. But I think I can say right now, we have participants from 3 countries. So we have Rwanda represented, Nigeria represented, Cameroon represented, well, four, um, and from the USA, and Adamu is from Nigeria. Welcome. All right, so let me start by sharing a little bit about the hosts of WISE Nigeria and WISE Rwanda. You might be surprised. Why is it called WISE? It's not WISE. I'm going to leave Leila to answer that question when she's on. But essentially, and we'll be sharing in our email the news reports of the affiliation of these organizations with WISE Global. So first of all, the Kabylon Africa think tank, which is CAT, A few of us here are members of that. It's hosted within Empowering Women for Excellence Initiative. And CAT was established in 2022, aims to address the leadership inefficiencies and overdependence on external resources, working to support the development of purposeful leadership for sustainable development. Obviously, CAT is nested within Empowering Women, which was founded in 2008. CAT works to harness the intellectual capital of Africans and those of African descent, wherever you are, how old you are, to propose innovative solutions to influence policy and governance. And CAT, which is hosted within Empowering Women, is the host of WISE Nigeria. So, what that essentially means is that um, WISE Nigeria is not necessarily limited to Nigeria. Even if you're from another country, but within CAT, you have the opportunity to be a member of WISE Nigeria. Okay, yes, we will definitely talk a lot more about Nigeria within WISE Nigeria, but everyone within the CAT network has the opportunity to be a member of WISE Nigeria. And if you choose, if you happen to be in Rwanda, then you're WISE Rwanda. So you're very welcome wherever you are in the continent. And so that is the Nigerian host of WISE Nigeria. And for Rwanda, it's the consultancy Sophia Ibn Garba DTRF, which provides sterling effective consultancy in the service of communities and organizations. We support dimensions of human development and transform systems to effectuate positive peace. And if you're wondering what DTRF stands for, it is Desmond Tutu Reconciliation Fellow. Um, you can find out more about all these organizations on the links, Kabul in Africa, thinktank.net, ewing.org, and sophiaibngarba.com. I encourage us to please also look out for all of these on LinkedIn and, excuse me, on Facebook as well. Knowing who a person is, fortunately, I hope everyone knows me and has been able to check me out on LinkedIn. So I'm Sophia, I'm Nigerian. I am the founder and program director of Empowering Women for Excellence Initiative, as well as lead consultant at Sophia Ibn Garba DTRF. So that is the link in case you were wondering what it was. And very, very happy to be working with you, engaging with you with CAT, convener of CAT, worked in the social impact space for more than 25 years. And within that, that has been in peace building. I'm also currently pursuing my doctorate at the UN mandated University for Peace in Costa Rica. So that is that about introductions and knowing who everyone is. And as I said, you can check out the websites, check all these out, CAT, um, and Empowering Women and Sophia Ibn Garba. You can find us on LinkedIn and Facebook with Empowering Women and Sophia Ibn Garba DTRF. So again, once again, thank you for being with us today. And I will just switch immediately to um, introduction of Leila Hashemi, doctor, which I'm hoping I'm aspiring to. She is the director of programs and partnerships at Women in International Security WISE. So, which is pronounced WISE. Again, she will tell us why. Leila was previously a researcher and data analyst at Terrorism, Transnational Crime and Corruption Center, TRAC. That's a very cool acronym, focusing on international supply chain, cybercrime, and illicit trade. She earned her PhD in public policy at George Mason University School and her master's in international relations and comparative politics at New York University with a concentration in Middle Eastern and
Until
Islamic studies. She has held positions at both governmental and non-governmental organizations, including Forum 2000 and the Journal of Civil Society, where she's currently the managing editor. She was a professor at Montgomery College. Sorry, a bit of a flu I have, sorry. college history and political science department for over 10 years and currently teaches at also at George Mason University and George Washington University. She has her hands full, essentially. If we were to sum all of this up, her volunteer work, on top of everything, she's doing volunteer work, which includes moderating the Anti-Corruption Advocacy Network, board member and research manager at the Security, Gender, and Development Institute, and Political Economy Project coordinator at the Arab Studies Institute. She has presented her research, among other places, at NATO, the United Nations, and professional conferences. Her work has been published in the Washington Post, academic journals, and other outlets. And she co-edited the Routledge volume and Antiquities Smuggling in the Real and Virtual World, and that was most recently in 2022. So I think that without even saying too much, that we have such an esteemed professional colleague with us, aside from her role even as Director of Programs and Partnerships. So I am going to hand it over to Layla, and she is going to start sharing, I believe, Layla.
Yes, I am. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Savia. So yes, welcome everyone. My name is Layla Hashemi. As was mentioned, I am the Director of Programs and Partnerships here at WISE, and I'm so excited to be here today. We're really delighted to have you to explore the many benefits and opportunities of being part of this WISE community. Today, I'm going to provide sort of an overview of WISE and really talk about how we can engage your community in the WISE network. And so, as Savia mentioned, we are Women in International Security, and our acronym we pronounce as WISE. So, for instance, we often commend ourselves for including all genders in our group. And so we have our WISE guys as well. So despite our name, we are not just a women's-based organization. We need all of people. So wherever you're coming from, we're really grateful that you're joining us to learn more about the WISE community today. So just a little overview. Everyone likes to see an agenda of what we're going to talk about. First, we're welcoming you, and then we'll talk a little bit about WISE and the work of our incredible team and how excited we are about adding WISE Nigeria and Rwanda. We'll talk a little bit about membership benefits and how you might become a member of WISE Global. And of course, we'll leave plenty of time at the end for Q&A. And you're welcome. I'm not one of those presenters where if you have a question, just, unmute or raise your hand, however Safia would like to run this. So just a bit of background about WISE, or Women in International Security, if you all are not familiar with our group. We were founded actually in 1987, so we're very this old or oldish organization. We are a nonprofit organization working to achieve global and gender equity by advancing women's leadership in both the international peace and security fields. And as an organization, we provide professional development opportunities. We lead gender equity and equality research projects. I don't probably won't have time today, but we have a data assessment tool looking at representation of women in police and military spaces, which I'm happy to share with those of you that are data centered. We also host many events and nurture really what I feel to be a community of powerful mentors, advocates, and experts and leaders. We have helped many women and people secure representation at very high levels of private and public service, such as security leaders, ambassadors, secretaries of state, special representatives, the list goes on and on. Many from my bio as well. So ministers in the United States, the European Union, NATO, and even Fortune 500 companies. Our network spans, this should be updated, over 60 or nearly 60 countries across 6 continents. And we have over 15,000 members worldwide who are really committed to this ambitious goal that we all have, I believe, which is closing the gender equality gap worldwide. Again, our mission is to advance gender equality and leadership opportunities for women in these fields. And we really envision a future where all genders and all people are treated equally, and that women are really empowered as leaders to safeguard international peace and security. So here's a little bit about our team. We have a very small team, but a very dedicated team. You can see here at the top left is our president and CEO, Ariella Blatter. She has a background in law and went to London School of Economics. We have kind of parallel to me, we have a research director, Dr. Karen Johnston. I have my amazing coordinator, Nina Platterati. Claire Pomerleau is our program assistant, and then Larissa is our deputy researcher of program manager. And here's the good part. So we have WISE chapters and affiliates. So to distinguish between these, our chapters are usually going to be our local, sorry, domestic US chapters within the US. And then we just distinguish between international affiliates, given that those are two kind of different relationships, but they're all under the same umbrella. And we are so excited that Safia has started chapters and affiliates because we, as you can see on the map, we really tried to have representation all over. So our WISE chapters and affiliates foster local communities dedicated to advancing gender equality and peace and security. These, shown on the map, provide members with opportunities for professional development, networking, collaboration through events, mentorship, and educational opportunities. And really what we're trying to do here is engage diverse voices at local and regional levels. These chapters and affiliates help us as WISE, sort of DC or global, amplify leadership and contributions to international security around the world. And to become a chapter affiliate, the person would have to be a Professional Plus member of WISE, and that's how you can start your own domestic chapter. So just to name a few that are on this map, of course, we have WISE Nigeria and WISE Rwanda. We also have WISE New York, Canada, Horn of Africa, Spain. If you start to click around on our map, which I can share the link to, you'll start to see that there are a few that have different branding but are still WISE. So our India chapter or affiliate, for instance, is called WISComp. And then we have WISE Brussels, WISE Pitt in the US and Germany. Um, our events are amazing, I think, and they offer really unique opportunities for professionals and students and people from all sectors to engage with global experts. From high-level discussions on international policy to really in-depth panels on gender and security, we provide these events that are really a platform for learning, networking, and advancing leadership in the security field. So just a couple of examples. Last summer, we WISE and Our Secure Future, or OSF, co-hosted a very high-level breakfast for women leaders at the NATO summit in DC. That was this past year. This event provided a really important space for professional that are networking high levels, right, at a NATO conference to discuss advancing women's leadership in international security. And you can see a picture here of one of our fellows, Irene Fellon, who is affiliated with WISE Italy, who I'm sure many of you recognize. We also have our WISE Next Generation Symposium, or NGS. This is a biannual event. We are working on bringing this back up after the pandemic. This brings together emerging leaders, students, and young professionals. This is usually capped at a certain age group, but it's a great, this is sort of how I entered into WISE. You can see my picture of a much younger me right here. And so what we seek to achieve with NGS is to empower the next generation of leaders and advance gender perspectives in global security challenges. Um, One more just sort of event that we held last year was our gendered harm event, which was looking at the disproportionate impact of chemical and biological weapons. This explored how these weapons uniquely and disproportionately affected women and girls, and it highlighted gender-specific vulnerabilities and long-term consequences for women in conflict zones. And we have many more events, which I'll talk about in a moment, but these events are really designed to foster collaboration and inspire meaningful contributions to global security challenges. So we work across several different issue areas. You can check those out on our website. Um, we really pride ourselves, excuse me, in advancing evidence-based research, gender analysis, and programs that address these complex challenges that I was mentioning. So there are 10 of them. I'll go through them as quickly as possible because I know we have a time limit. But first, of course, we have Women, Peace, and Security, or the WPS agenda. WISE across chapters and affiliates advances the principles of UNSCR 1325 and the Women, Peace, and Security agenda, which promotes and supports women's active and meaningful participation in all aspects and levels of conflict and decision making. This is central, absolutely central to WISE's work and fundamental component of our research and programs. Next, we have conflict and gender-based violence. As we all know, gender inequality is strongly associated with instability and armed conflict, which drives gender-based violence or GBV. WISE prioritizes a policy to practice approach and a global action approach to prevent GBV and empower women and other vulnerable groups and underrepresented groups. Finally, on this slide, we have women in defense and security. So we are a leader in integrating gender equality and the WPS agenda in defense, military, and security fields through data collection and analysis, such as the data assessment tool that I mentioned. So this data assessment tool is available through our resources on our homepage. This is wiseglobal.org. And again, look specifically at representation of women in military and police forces across 29 countries in Latin America and the Caribbean. Pardon me, across 59 indicators. So this really, when we talk about evidence-based research, this launch of this tool really shows the data gap that we have in terms of measuring representation of women in these fields. In addition to the data collection and this analysis tool, we emphasize how gender matters. Women bring talent, as you all know, skills, experience that all strengthen institutional effectiveness and achieve operational goals and transform entrenched masculinized cultures. We also work on climate security, so looking at the connection between gender, climate change, and security, which is very complex and multifaceted. We seek solutions to mitigating the gendered impact of environmental degradation and the champions of women's leadership in reducing climate-affected communities. We have arms control and disarmament, looking at the spectrum of lethal weapons as a means to achieve gender equality and change. And then finally, gender and tech. So technology and its impact are highly gendered as technology transforms social, political, and economic connections that worsen gender inequalities. So this is gender and tech is one that's near and dear to my heart. We have regional collective security, looking at national conflicts, threatening the stability of the region. So we recognize that applying a gendered approach to transnational issues brings critical insights to shifting dynamics. We have FFP, Feminist Foreign Policy, which examines different interpretations and approaches for effective, sustainable, and implementable feminist foreign policy. Global health and security, we looked a lot at the COVID-19 pandemic. I myself researched a lot on illicit trade around the pandemic. And what we learned from there were two sort of realities that disease events constitute real threats to national, regional, and global security, and that women, girls, and gendered communities are disproportionately affected. And then finally, as I mentioned, it's not here, but I had shown you a picture of the Next Generation Symposium Scholar. So when we say 10 issue areas, one of them is actually the NGS, the Next Generation Symposium. Again, that's our young leaders that we're really trying to support in their coming years as they're the next generation leaders. So just a couple of WISE membership benefits. As Safia knows, you joining WISE Global as well as WISE Nigeria and Rwanda, you join this amazing global network of professionals across all of these different sectors. We also have exclusive events that are member-only events, which you as members of WISE Nigeria and Rwanda can also participate in through Safia's great work. We have member resources on our website. We have a jobs board that's curated to specific job opportunities in the field. Our speakers bureau, I like to call our answer to you can never have an event while saying couldn't find any women to speak on, for instance, nuclear nonproliferation. We have a Rolodex or a list. I guess Rolodex is aging me of people of women that can speak to a variety of issues, including but not limited to the ones that I just mentioned. And then, of course, we love to provide mentorship opportunities both through our board, our fellows, and official mentorship programs. Just a quick plug for our offers and discounts. So in addition to the sort of global network that members gain access to, we have a range of benefits. For instance, invitations to exclusive high-level events and talks, which I'll talk about the newsletter in a moment, you can learn about. promotions on relevant books and publications in the gender space and the international security fields, discounts on courses and certifications that will help you grow your expertise and professional portfolio. And then we have some other kind of benefits that we've offered before. So for instance, we're based, and I should have mentioned this before, I am also based, and I wrote in the chat, in Washington, D.C. So you can see on the bottom right, oftentimes we'll engage with the local organizations like Audi Field or venues to get discounted tickets to like soccer games, right? Because we like to have fun and we work on very serious issues. Sometimes you have to have some fun in there too. We have our previous president, Chantal de Laurent, her book on international security is also there. And just really quickly to go over what our individual membership kind of tiers look like, we offer a student discount at $35 a year. Our young professional membership is $50 a year, and then our professional plus membership is $100 a year. And there you can see the respective sort of benefits that you gain from each of these. We also have institutional membership for anyone who's at a university or at a corporation or anything like that, which is sort of an answer to, I'm not going to name any particular organization or company, but if, you know, a larger group wanted to have sort of bulk membership. Excellent. And of course, we can't talk about WISE without talking a little bit about some of our members. So Tristan is one of our, as I mentioned, WISE guys over here. So we have these publication opportunities, and Tristan mentions publishing for WISE gave me the chance to continue to improve my writing skills while also developing further knowledge of the subject I researched. I believe it has also helped me to diversify my resume. So that is really great. And we love Tristan for being one of our wise guys. So one great opportunity that you all have is to be able to publish with WISE. We have several different types of publications, from policy briefs to occasional papers. You can look at those under, I think, resources and submission guidelines. We always welcome work in any of our issue areas and work really hard to get this information out there because it's important. And then Claire Pomerleau, who you saw earlier in the slides, is our program assistant currently. She's actually a WISE Pitt alumna. So when I talked about institutional membership, University of Pittsburgh in the US actually has an institutional membership with WISE. So again, you can see the sort of a student found this WISE through their university and is now working with us as a program assistant. And she's absolutely phenomenal. She's published this publication here, and she is just great. So you can see some about her. And then a couple of more members. I'll just focus on the one in the middle. We have Michelle Flournoy on the left, and then Laura Holgate on the right. And Dr. Esther Brimmer says that WISE provided opportunities, examples, and friendships that helped her develop as a professional, a colleague, and as a person. And she's the former U.S. Assistant Secretary for International Organizations. So we're really proud of our members. This is a sort of plug for right now, given the upcoming anniversary of 1325 and the Women, Peace, and Security Agenda. We are collecting what we call WISE Voices, which are short video clips or short written testimonials. If you follow us on Instagram or X or LinkedIn, you might have seen some of these, which is really reflecting on, we started out October of last year looking at, we held an event called Shaping the Next 25 Years of the WPS Agenda. And you can see that on our YouTube channel. And that is sort of kicked off a year-long initiative around 1325 at 25. And so as part of that initiative, the Wise Voices is collecting members, leadership voices around what will the WPS agenda look like in the future, and also reflections on what it's looked like in the past. So we welcome those, and I'm sure Safia and I can share that information if any of you are interested. Just a couple of other events, and then I will pass it over to Safia and to all of you for questions. Here's one on a film screening called Working Beyond 9 to 5. I'm on a call. I can Working beyond, sorry, beyond 9 to 5, the ongoing fight for gender equality in the workplace. That is around the film that, if some of you remember, was called Working 9 to 5, which is an older film. And then the event that I really wanted to focus on here for our talk today is Wise Up Wednesdays. So the last Wednesday of every month, we actually host a membership networking event, and you, as members of Wise Nigeria and Rwanda, are able to join. This is an outdated flyer. They're usually held at 11 a.m. Eastern, so not 6 p.m. because that would be very late. And it is a really great opportunity to meet other WISE members, to talk to members around the world, especially in this time where we have a lot of members who are seeking to transition from maybe public sector into private sector. We host every month, we try to have a sort of theme around a particular topic, and we do try to sort of educate and inform our members every single month. So we do welcome you to come and just contact myself or Safia or our team, and we're happy to invite you. So these are sort of exclusive member-only events that you gain access to because Safia has advocated for you in Wise Nigeria and Rwanda. And so I think I'm a little over time, apologies, but I welcome any questions, and I'll just throw this up here in terms of contact information. So again, I'm Dr. Layla Hashemi. You can reach me at lhashemi, Hashemi, at wiseglobal.org. My amazing programs and partnerships coordinator is Nina Plotterati. She can be reached there. And then if you have general questions, you can reach out on the info email. Again, there's our website on the bottom left. And I will just plug, if anyone is in the DC area, we're just south of DuPont. So please come by and see us in our women-owned co-working space. We'd love to have you. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Layla. That was incredibly informative. I think I'll also put in the chat the link to subscribe, right, to the newsletter.
Yes,
Yep.
thank you so much. Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
So, thank you for that. And let me just go here because I just like presentations. Um, it's time for the questions, answers, and comments. But I think one thing I wanted to highlight is this that um as you can see with WISE Global, to be a member, you would have to pay a fee to become a member of WISE Global. Yes, exactly. But you beat me to it as usual, Felicity. Um, but as being a member of WISE Nigeria and WISE Rwanda, we simply require you to be a member, as in register with our affiliate organization. So either you're with CAT or you are with Sophia Ibn Garba DTRF, and that gives you free access to some of the benefits of membership of WISE Global. So if you wanted to become a WISE Global a member, you could do that obviously with the membership and the discounts that apply. But to be a member of WISE Nigeria or WISE Rwanda, at this time, there are no membership fees. So you're part of those, but we will evolve to that point. We, however, want to make sure we are established and be able to share our good work and benefit from all the professional development opportunities. So the only requirement for you at this time, as they would say, exclusive offer, is to be a member of CAT, that is Kabilon Africa Think Tank, or register with Sophia Ibn Garba DTRF. And you're welcome, Felicity. And we will put in, for those who are already members, you're fine. We are just going to proceed with what we're going to do. And that's why we're also ideating a little bit today. So we will have yes, Nabon, you can very easily be a part. Nabon is from Ethiopia. I'm just answering the questions as I see it. And Leila has put it in the chat, the WISE Global membership. Requirements, uh, but you can be part of WISE through your affiliates, which are either CAT or Sophia Ibn Garba DTRF. So even if you're in Ethiopia, you're a member of CAT. That's absolutely fine. You can become a member at this time through CAT, because CAT is the affiliate of WISE Global. I hope that's a bit clearer. Um, any other questions, please throw in the chat or unmute yourself. We're listening. We're here to respond to that. Let's have guys, our producers, Angela and Cole, please, if you could put in the chat the Padlet while we're speaking about it.
And if I could just, sorry to give a plug
Yeah,
for the
go
next
ahead.
Rise Up Wednesday that's happening on June 25th. So I put the link in the chat. If you sign up and you just mention that you're part of Wise Nigeria, Rise Rwanda, and that you're associated with Safia, to be honest, we will be hosting that on June 25th, again at 11 a.m. Eastern. And we've specifically made it, especially for myself, the last Wednesday of every month, the last one versus the first, second, or third, because I get a bit confused. So if you'd like to mark your calendar, if you can't make it this month, we might take a break in July and like sometimes around the holidays in the later year, but more or less 10 months, 11 months out of the year, last Wednesday of the month. Please come and join us. We'd love to have you.
Thank you, Layla. And just to say that we will be sharing our active members list with Wise Global, so they do know that you are affiliated to us. And yes, you would have to be an active member, not just a member, but an active member. So they will be sharing our lists as they keep being updated. All membership is open at any time, and we will definitely check in with our CAT members who is interested. And so we add you specifically to the WISE Nigeria group. Tata, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Safia. Hello, everyone. Hello, Ma'am Leila. I'm so delighted to be part of this meeting at this moment. So I have one question for Ma'am Leila. What advice will you give young girls, women, adolescent girls, and young women aspiring to be in leadership roles in international security based on WISE Global's experience, your experience at WISE Global? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the questions. That's there's a lot there, but I think you're being in this room is a great start, and you're around people that are supporting you in your professional development. I'm a huge proponent of bolstering skills. As I mentioned, I work a lot on sort of data and research-based work, but I guess more generally, the advice I would give is really like documenting the skill sets that you have, going after opportunities like this, networking with people at Wise Up Wednesdays and in your various networks, and really, I'm going to put this on me, but in my earlier career, had a difficult time really advocating for myself. As many in this room, work very hard and am passionate and very dedicated to my work, but I would be almost like too humble about the work that I did. So really documenting this and making sure that you're putting your work out there, that you're honestly down to like a firm handshake and not just like I always tell my program assistants, you're not just so and so that works for Layla or works with Layla, you are your own person. And so really, have that land that elevator pitch as we call it, the 10, 20, 30-second, 1 minute introduction that you make to someone because the world is large and you I'm sure do great work, and so just being able to really communicate that well, definitely being again part of this group I think is very helpful in terms of being able to access a lot of resources, and again I'll just give a plug for Wise Up Wednesday because these are the exact questions that our members are asking right now, especially given the political climate in the United States and around the world, where even the Wise staff that we have are young women who are trying to navigate a very dynamic and changing field, to be honest, in gender insecurity. So I hope that's helpful. Also, subscribing to our newsletter, I think, will be really helpful to stay informed. So always staying informed about what's going on around you in the local context, but also internationally. And if you're able to attend like conferences and things like that when things are virtual, I think that'd be great. Thanks for the
Thank you,
question.
Layla. Yes, Felicity, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Bella. Yeah. Oh, and every other person on the call. So, from your presentation, I am perceiving that most of the work that WISE does is tilted towards academia. and all that you've explained. I want to gain more insight as to how activists like me can be part of a when I join WISE now through CAT, since I have a honorary space to join. How can I contribute to the work that you're doing, and how can I also benefit from the work that you are doing? Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for the question. So, and also thank you for noticing that I'm overly academic. So, despite me having a very heavy academic background, and also Dr. Karen Johnston, we're both doctors, so we've gone to school for much too long. But also to Safia's point, for good reason, I do not at all mean to represent the entirety of WISE. So, yes, we have sort of academically rigorous standards in terms of publication and our research, but we are not all just from academia. So if you check out, for instance, our board and our fellows, we have a lot of people in private sector. For instance, our board director, it has her own tech company that she runs. And we have a lot of people in the military. We have a lot of people coming out of government, not just in the US, but around the world. So we really are like a whole of society organization, even though we maybe present ourselves as maybe academic leaning. And then in terms of activism, so we absolutely support and commend activism. Unfortunately, being a nonpartisan NGO based out of the US, we are nonpartisan, we are not an advocacy organization. I say unfortunately, but fortunately, we have amazing partners like you all that are doing that work that we can promote. So that's the loophole, for lack of a better word. So please share your work that you're doing with us, publish on the work that you're doing with us, and we can share that with our network of over 15,000 through the newsletter, through the various NGOs. So that's where the sort of break happens. For instance, let me think of an example. We have a lot of I would say activism through art happening right now through the film screening. So we are right now a fiscal sponsor for the Fight to Fight, which is documenting the experience of females going through the U.S. Army Ranger program in 2016. And so literally, as the title mentions, the fight to fight, the fight to have women be able to be in combat roles in U.S. military forces. I'm getting goosebumps just saying it because these are fellows that are at WISE that decided that this was their experience and what they had gone through. So trans people, women going through the military forces in the US and the obstacles that they face and just their stories. And so we can't explicitly speak to particular politicians or instances, for instance, but through film, through publications, we could definitely get that work out there. And we do, like I was mentioning with the institutional memberships, we have like companies that reach out to us and other NGOs as well. So it's not at all just academia. And I think really where we can make the most impact is where we have that great mixing of public private sector. We have military also included in there. That's why we're so excited about the data assessment tool, because I feel like military often gets dropped off at the end. We talk a lot about public private, but not always military. So if you have particular topics that you're interested in, please email us or check out, I can put in the chat the different types of publications we have. And then one other thing is our jobs board and just our general activities and newsletter. Like I mentioned before, I think is really helpful to get engaged and see what people are doing. And yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
Thank you, Layla. So I think just to add on top of that, and great question, Felicity, we are inviting us to ideate. Like I am, how would you put it, unrepentant practitioner and activist myself. And they always tell me that in class. So this is really a great opportunity to bridge. And please, Angela, Uche, can you put in the chat the Padlet? So what we're going to do, one of the first things we're going to do is to ideate. What are the things that you think and activities and things that we can do as WISE Nigeria and WISE Rwanda? So you will find the link to the Padlet. We will share it again. In the post email so that you can continue to add ideas and definitely with Wise Nigeria, I can say for sure that one of the first things we'll be doing is to be gathering publications or different expressions of themes around gender, peace, and security. So actually going to put out that call this month in June. And in Rwanda, we're going to have an on-site event actually. So there are going to be different things. This is for you to put in your ideas. And if you know how to, let me just show you. Um, I'm sure you're a bit used to it by now with me. The use of the Padlet. All you have to do, that link that's in the chat, all you have to do is just click on this box, double click, or click anywhere, right? And just add in an idea. But would like you to remember, and you can just put your name. Want you to put your name so we know to contact you if we have any questions or we want to discuss it further. And once you write it, you publish and it's there on the board. So the Padlet is there. That hopefully even helps to answer the question more, right? About what we can do, how you can contribute to the work of WISE Global. I'm trying to stop sharing, it's not working. Okay. To contribute to the work of WISE Global. Absolute creative writing, spoken word. Exactly. We are going to get more into details, but we wanted to first have this introductory session so that we can then proceed. This is actually another special year. Leila spoke to it. UNSCR 1325 is 25 this year. So the landmark Women, Peace and Security Council resolution marks 25. So we're going to do what we can within our means to contribute to the global conversation about this. And as we know, in the countries, a lot of us, well, most of us come from countries that are affected and fragile and conflict affected. So it's actually a very good time to be part of this global movement. Let me see. So we are now at, if there are any more questions, feel free to send them by email. So please, yes, ideate. Let's start ideating. If you're not yet a member of CAT or Sophia Ibn Garba, DTRF, there are going to be links in the chat. There will also be links in the email to register. That way, you become affiliated with us. And as we said, you would have to be an active member to benefit from this affiliation with WISE. So I'm going to hand it over to the Iwe Liaisons to tell us what's next. And I guess I could easily just say thank you first, and then they're going to tell us what's next. Is that Uche or Angela? Who's going? Uche, is that you?
Hello, colleagues. Good evening. Really had a lot of information, and we hope we'll actually make use of them. And it's really good to see the kind of work that we as Global are doing, and we are positive that that in Nigeria it's going to kickstart, and we'll get the ball rolling too. Also, just to announce to colleagues that our very own organization, Empowering Women for Excellence Initiative, today is actually our 17th anniversary. And yeah, so yeah, our 17th today, yes. So yeah. Those of us that have subscribed to our newsletters, you'll be seeing some jingles and the rest of them. All right, thank you. So we're going to be turning on our cameras for photos and
I honestly did not remember that we were 17 years. We're so involved with the work.
Congratulations. It's amazing.
Thank you. Okay. Picture time, guys. There you go. Felicity, I hope you're going to smile today. No indifference. We're ready for the work, huh?
I think we're good. We're good from my end.
Ah, okay, good. So, okay. Yes. So great question from Mariam, Honorable Mariam Laka Madami. We have your email. Okay, Mariam. So we will, Mariamu, sorry. We will definitely get in touch. Gender and public policy stuff. Well, I'm assuming you're talking about cat. And maybe that's a place to start. That might be a good place to start. And then, who knows, you can certainly expand your reach to WISE Global. Are there any other questions, comments? We're doing very well on time. So lastly, any questions for Cat for Wise Nigeria? Please send, let's put in the chat, please. Please send any emails to Kabylon Africa Think Tank at ewing.org. So if you could put that in the chat, that's for Nigeria. Then please put in the chat also for membership for both Nigeria and Rwanda. There's a Rwanda membership link as well that we put in. And we're certainly going to stay in touch and hopefully, okay. Oh yeah, you see how things are going. Even on the group already, people are finding opportunities to collaborate. So we have two people who do not know each other, but now know they're in the same location in Nigeria. Yeah, okay. So please put in the Ewe Liaisons, please put in the chat the membership. There's a membership. There's a membership link for you to be part of CAT. 17-year-old child is a big boy. It's a big girl. Huh? Ibuka, you started. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. 17 years. Wow. Certainly have to post on that. Okay, so rounding up, thank you all so much, Leila. Any closing remarks?
Just thank you so much for having me. I'm ideating right now, putting things in the Padlet. I hope that's okay. And it's such a pleasure meeting all of you, and I look forward to staying in touch. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leila. Thank you for making the time and so early and also on well, I know it's not a holiday in the US, but for many of us on the call, we are in countries where today is a holiday. Thank you so much. Lastly, before you run away, sorry, this is like what now? Just a quick poll. We have to do that. You know it. You know how it is. So it's very fast, I promise. It's even faster than the other ones. Just very quick questions, your level of satisfaction with the content and facilitation. Will you join? Why is Nigeria? Why is Rwanda? Straight off question, right? Are you joining or not? And would you recommend Why is Rwanda or Why is Nigeria to your networks? And if you have any additional feedback, please add it. As you know, we love the feedback. And I'm so glad we're doing it within time. So you have a minute to answer the questions while we do that. Yes, very good. Oh yeah, I'm so happy at what I see so far. I won't say what it is. Okay. Excellent, excellent. We're almost at a sample size. And I want to ask Leila this question, sorry, while the poll is going on. So I did notice that PeaceCon was one of the events. Was it that was featured? Is PeaceCon organized or co-organized by WISE?
It is not, it wasn't this year, but I believe we've had affiliation with them before. So this past year we were not, we had members that attended, and we're likely to offer that discount again. And again, for all international conferences, we realize is we we realize they can be prohibitively expensive. So if there are particular interests, and again, we always love feedback from our members. So we have our contact form. So as WISE Nigeria and Rwanda and WISE Rwanda, please submit, we want to see more professional development. We want to see more, international conference discounts. There's this, maybe there are conferences that we don't know about that we could reach out to and engage with. So please, we always welcome your feedback and your input.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think that's one of the challenges we've had in our space globally, that a lot of these professional development opportunities are just simply beyond reach financially for many around the world. And that's one advantage of being part of such affiliate chapters, no, affiliates rather, that you get to have some access to these. Okay, thank you guys so much. You have exceeded the needed sample size. You're at 88%. Well done. Thank you once again. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Thank you to the team as usual. And yes, a lot more information coming your way. Thank you.
Thank you.